Selena Gomez is making her comeback in music. Hey guys, welcome back to another shared news from home. We have the latest on Selena Gomez's return to music, but before we get into it, make sure you subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future updates. I'm Gianna Gravellisi, and today I'm joined by the lovely Fiona I. Fiona, I don't know about you, but I'm definitely a Selena Gomez fan, so let's just get right into it. On Tuesday night, the singer posted an Instagram story that had fans speculating the release of a new album. The story shows a photo of Selena's wrist wearing a bracelet spelling SG3 with the caption #SG3. Now, this was the one and only post that we got from Selena that could have been a potential hint, but fans were really quick to jump right to conclusions. SG3 is coming became a trending topic on Twitter immediately following the Instagram story, along with so many exciting tweets from fans. One user wrote, "Yes, I've been waiting for her bad BITH era in all caps." And another pointed out that it's been exactly 2 months since the release of her first Spanish EP, Revelacion. So, Fiona, I think that this is definitely a major hint. I mean, we've seen artists do this time and time again. You know, Selena is best friends with Taylor Swift, who is like notorious for doing this with all of the releases of her albums, dropping hints just about everywhere. So, what do you think? Do you think this is definitely a huge hint?
So here's the thing. I 110,000% think this is a hint, right? Selena is too smart. Her team is too smart. You don't just go dropping hashtags and putting mysterious things up. You know there's going to be a huge speculation wave that comes from that. And if you don't have anything at the end of the day, you're just going to bum out a lot of people. So she's 100% hinting something, right? The question is she going full Taylor Swift, though, and releasing albums like back to back, or how much new music has she created? I mean, it would be really, really quick. So Selena is such a busy lady. I'm like, okay, it seems like music. Typically when people do something like this, it's music, right? That it sounds like an album. But I don't know. Maybe she's teasing something else. I'm very curious to see where this goes.
I love that you brought up the fact that she could be teasing something else, because that's exactly what I thought right off the bat. You know, obviously our brains are going to go straight to music, especially with the number 3, this being her third album. Or maybe she's just saying, you know, this is my third era in life. I did this one, now I'm going to do another one. But at the end of the day, you're right. If she's posting something that's very obvious, SG is her initials, and then 3, something is coming regardless of what it may be. But this is really interesting at the end of the day, because this is all coming after Selena wanted to potentially retire from the music industry completely. So after appearing on the cover of Vogue's April 2021 issue, the Disney alum spoke out about her career struggles. She said, "It's hard to keep doing music when people don't necessarily take you seriously." And she also revealed that she's had moments asking herself, what's the point and why do I keep doing this? Selena started her singing career back in her 2008 Disney days, back when I was young and I definitely was watching Wizards of Waverly Place. And her most recent success is her 2020 album Rare, with the lead single Lose You to Love Me. She also revealed in Vogue that Lose You to Love Me was the best song that she's ever released, but it still wasn't good enough for some people. She ended the interview by saying next time she does an album, it'll be different. Fiona, this makes me so sad for her. I mean, the fact that she as an artist feels like everything she does just isn't good enough, and she faces a lot of criticism from people in the music industry rather than all of her other Disney co-stars that also went into music and had been accepted. Why do we think that people don't take her seriously as an artist?
You know, I've been thinking about this a lot, and I feel like there's no satisfying answer, right? Like, this makes me absolutely so sad to hear too, because I think Selena Gomez is putting pop music out there, and the pop music she's putting out there is great, right? Like, full stop, that should be it. That should be all there is to say. But in this industry, we've talked about this before, like, women get compared to other women, whether it's by the media, whether it's through fans, whether it's just an internal thing. And I think if you look at some of the other female singers that kind of came up from the same sort of Disney class, you know, Miley Cyrus, Demi Lovato, people have been absolutely obsessed with their music careers for a really long time. And I do think that Selena kind of kept a foot in both worlds, longer than like a Miley Cyrus did, right? We've seen Selena act so much more than we've seen Miley over the last few years. So I think people just feel like she does it for fun. And maybe she does, right? But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't take her work seriously and look at it through the lens of like, this was a great album. So I don't know. I feel like I said, there's no real satisfying answer to this. It's not fair. It's disappointing. And at the end of the day, though, you want to do something that's going to bring you joy. So if this doesn't bring her joy, then I'm like, selfishly, I want more music, but like follow your path, be happy. So it's a complicated situation for sure.
It is definitely complicated. And Selena has been through the ringer. Like, she went from acting, and like, again, I loved Wizards of Waverly Place. I actually think that she was my favorite Disney actor at the time. I think she was like beyond talented when it came to acting, like more so than maybe some other Disney stars. And she maybe should have stuck with that path. She does a little bit of stuff like that now, but the fact that she got into music, I wasn't mad at that either. I'm like, okay, one of my favorite actresses, they're now singing. Like, of course I'm going to listen to it. But also, I'm not even going to lie to you. I'll tell you a little bit about like my story with Selena Gomez that I think is a theory for other fans. I loved her, again, on Disney. But when she started dating Justin Bieber, I was an avid Justin Bieber fan. I was like total believer, and I got very angry. I was very angry that she was dating Justin. So I actually started to dislike her, ultimately disliking her music, and I actually stopped listening to her music. That sounds very petty, but I was a tween at the time, so you can't blame me for my actions. But I think that honestly, like diving into the kind of psychology of how the music industry works, she obviously dated Justin. He was huge, and they went through a lot. And like, if Justin had probably a little bit bigger fan base than Selena, and his fans were kind of attacking her, I think that it made her like be viewed as this negative eye in the music industry as well. So that's like my little theory as to why maybe she wasn't taken seriously, and especially after she tried to continue her music career after Justin, and like it was very toxic for her, and it was like just a big mess, and it really affected her mentally as well. But at the end of the day, Selena did not say that her retirement was 100%. So there is a really good chance that SG3 could very much be a possibility. The singer also told Vogue that instead of music, she may take a real shot at acting and producing. So like we said, maybe she's going to dabble in more acting like she did in her Disney days. But for now, Selena hosts and produces her HBO cooking show, Selena and Chef. And aside from all things television and music, Selena is also the creator of beauty brand Rare Beauty, and most recently launched Mental Health 101 in order to support mental health education. So it seems like we definitely can look forward to SG3, but Selena's done everything from pop, Hispanic music, electronic. Like, what do we expect to be different in this new SG3 era?
See, I don't know, because if she's saying if she's going to do music again, it will be different, then to me, I'm like, okay, well, it was just different, right? She just did a whole Spanish album. That's different. That's something new. She's obviously done, like you said, sort of the straight up pop, leaning more towards electronic. So maybe she's going to continue the path with the Spanish, like continuing to do Spanish albums exclusively, because maybe it just brings her a new kind of joy, because I can't imagine like, we've already seen Spanish, we've seen pop, we've seen electronic. Like, I just don't think, maybe I'm wrong, she's going to give us like a rap album, right? So if it's going to be different, maybe it's the continuation of like the Spanish speaking or Spanish singing journey. I don't know. But I am excited, and honestly, I trust her. I've always been a fan of her music. At every era, she's released something that I loved. So I really do think that as long as it's bringing her joy and she's into it, the product, whatever comes out of that will be awesome, and fans will support it. So it's going to be wild. I don't know. SG3 does kind of have like an electronic, like techno-y vibe to it to me. So maybe it's something like that. Either way, I'm excited.
I'm also very excited. And I was also thinking about the rap album. Like, I know she's kind of tight with Cardi B because they collabed on the Taki Taki song, which was a huge hit. So I'm like, maybe she's going to take some advice from Cardi. Maybe they're going to link up again, like do a whole album together. Like, I would not be mad at that whatsoever. Like Selena Gomez rapping. But again, I don't know if that's really realistic considering her image right now. I don't think she can launch like mental health awareness and then go right into like a raunchy rap album. I just don't think that's in the cards. for her, but I do think that she'll potentially take some advice from her best friend Taylor Swift and go more so of singing about like her truth. It doesn't have to be candy pop. It doesn't have to be extra electronic. She can include some of her Hispanic heritage in there, but I think she's just definitely going to do something like Lose You to Love Me and just sing about exactly what she's going through. She's a busy girl. She's been through a lot, and I think that she's going to use her music as her sort of storytelling. But I guess we can only speculate for now, but that is all we have for you guys today. Let us know if you're excited for Selena's comeback in the music industry down in the comments below. Also, make sure to follow us on all of our socials, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future updates. I'm Gianna Gravellisi. I was joined today by the wonderful Fiona Zering. Follow us on our social media. Our handles are on the screen right now. Come say hello, and thank you so much for watching. We will see you guys next time. Bye.